morning, Medicare 1969 to 70 during my residency training. And I want to share with you. It was an interesting year. And that hospital where we were rotating, me and my brother even, and this was a private hospital in Detroit, Michigan. And Medicare, as I told you before, it just started. So now we are dealing with the prostate. And that is the early stages. Now everybody wants to operate on prostate gland. And the prostate gland, which is located at the base of the bladder, and prostate gland secretes prostate fluid. And it's so interesting that poor gland becomes a culprit of Medicare. But let me share with you that without that prostatic fluid, you and me were not born. Because the prostate fluid, during erection, when the sperms get ejaculated, along with that, the prostate fluid get ejaculated, which makes that solution alkaline. Because once they are injected in the womb of the woman's womb, because that's also acidic, all the sperm will die. So law of nature protects us, and that's why the prostate gland is given to us for procreation. Some sperms goes up through the cervix, to the uterus, to the fallopian tube, and join with the ovum and penetrate the ovum, and we are born. So we are the luckiest people we are born. Now the poor prostate gland, these guys want to operate. They had naturally problem with passing urination. That means difficulty in passing urination, sometime getting up at night. Now, I was the experienced person which I taught anatomy in my medical college, where Dr. Bajaj gave me the job as a demonstrator. And now I understand the anatomy and all the anatomical, and I studied all this stuff. So I'm telling these doctors, listen, this gland is for procreation. If you unnecessarily operate, you will produce a retrograde ejaculation. They start listening to me. They say, man, wait a minute. If that's a retrograde ejaculation and we want to make money from Medicare, how do we do that? So I told them, since I know the anatomy and I know what part to cut it, so I go in with a resectoscope and get a very small piece close to the bladder so that the person will not get what we call retrograde ejaculation. Because that retrograde ejaculation is when the person has a erection and ejaculation. That means your ejaculation will go backward to your bladder instead of going to the front. So it's a very, what you call, disturbing to the mind of a man. So they agreed, and I was doing that. They were billing close to about $300 per patient. Now we have to give the specimen to the pathology, otherwise they cannot collect the money. And that is again a material. And also I told them that these people don't need operation. You can teach them what we call abdominal pumping and anal locking. I learned this exercise when I was in gynecological residency, in a gynecological training, Maulana Azad Medical College. We had our gynecologist lady, because we used to get stress incontinence and also get multiparous birth, and the women get what we call prolapse of the uterus. And she was teaching us to do what we call Kegel exercise, at the same time squeeze the anal muscle, because she didn't want to operate on these multiparous women to remove their uterus because they had a prolapsed uterus. She basically said, hey, they have produced children, so forget about the sex. They don't need any more sex. And that is true, because it's the man who wanted to do that. And if the uterus is prolapsed, naturally, men do not want to do anything. And these women, most of them are more than 60 to 65 years of age. Some of them are 50, 55, but they had a multiparous thing. So during my residency, I used that thing, and I told these people, we do the operation, put the catheter, take the catheter out, and after that we put them on an exercise, abdominal pumping and anal locking. And believe it or not, 90 to 99% people had become urination normal and their sexual function become normal in 90 days. And they were so happy. Of course, they are all were making money too from Medicare. So you can see how the system is gradually getting manipulated because of the greed, the pride, the ego, and the mighty dollar. And I'm sharing with you because my object is to educate you so we can learn and live happy and healthy. And I want to share with you this book, Cancer Cure, Naturally at Home. Please get this book at our website or Amazon or Kindle. Also, please go to our app, Jesus Nanak, and become a part of our organization so you can learn how to live healthy and happy. Please, I request you, make sure you work with your health practitioner so you can live a beautiful, healthy, and happy life. I wish all of you a healthy day. God bless. Namaste. Amen.